Welcome. This video is brought to you by My Shoe Covers reusable and washable booties for residential contractors with a grip you can count on. Running a plumbing business and wondering how to price your jobs? Pricing correctly can make or break your business. In this video, we'll walk you through how to price plumbing jobs and ensure you're charging what you're worth while staying competitive. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your pricing strategy in your growing business, you've come to the right place. When pricing plumbing jobs, you need to consider three key components: labor, materials, and overhead costs. Let's break each of these down. Number 1. Labor. This is the cost of your time and the time of your crew. If it is just you in the business, the labor cost will be only your labor. If you have employees, such as plumbing technicians, plumbing service managers, plumbing salespeople, office manager, administrative assistants, customer service representatives, marketing and social media managers, or warehouse/inventory staff, you will add all your employees' labor cost. Don't forget to factor in things like taxes, insurance, and benefits if you're paying employees. Number 2. Materials. For any plumbing job, you'll need to account for the materials you're using. Whether it's pipes, fittings, pipe insulation, pipe sealant, Teflon tape, pipe benders, soldering materials, wrenches, plumber's tape, pipe dope, faucets, toilets, shower heads, water heaters, valves, gaskets, washers, plumber's putty, caulk, water filters, drain cleaners, sump pumps, water supply lines, hose bibs, plumbing tape, traps, plungers, pipe clamps, backflow preventers, drain covers, rubber gaskets, compression fittings, or any other components. Make sure you're including the cost of the products plus any delivery or markup fees. Always keep track of what's used so you can stay accurate with pricing. Number 3. Overhead. This includes everything else that you spend on to run your plumbing business. Rent or mortgage for office or shop space, utilities like electricity, water, internet, and phone, insurance such as general liability, workers' compensation, and vehicle insurance. Vehicle expenses like fuel, maintenance, registration, and depreciation, advertising costs including online ads and print ads, software subscriptions, licensing and permit fees, training and certification costs, or any other cost associated with running your business. You want to make sure that the business stays profitable, so you need to factor in a portion of these expenses into your pricing. After calculating your annual labor cost and your annual overhead cost, you need to determine your hourly rate charged to the customer for you to break even. This is the step that many plumbers miss, so pay close attention. Let's leave the material cost aside for now. We will discuss it a little later in the video. First, you have to determine your actual billable hours. For simplicity, let's just assume that it is just you in the business for now. You are paying yourself $60K a year, and your overhead cost is $30K per year. With a 40-hour work week and 52 weeks per year, that comes up to 2080 available billable hours per year. Let's subtract 1 month or 160 hours for vacation and sick days, and we are left with 1920 hours available to bill per year. You have to find out how many hours you and your technicians can actually bill to the customer. As a minimum, you should be billing at least 50% of your time. You are still working 8 hours a day or paying a full-time employee for 8 hours of work, but the customer gets billed for only 4 hours. Remember, you had 1920 hours available to bill. At 50% actual billing to the customer, this brings down your actual billing hours to 960 hours per year. You had $60K salary and $30K overhead with 960 actual billing hours. You will divide your annual overhead cost of $90K to 960 hours and get the break-even hourly rate of $93.75. Thus, you need to bill your customer $93.75 per hour for labor, just to cover your salary plus overhead. Let's assume that you hire 1 more technician and 1 CSR to help with billing and scheduling, and your new annual overhead cost is now $220K. Since you have a technician, your available billing hours will now be 960 by 2 or 1920 hours. You will divide 220K by 1920 hours, and your new break-even hourly rate that you and your technician must charge to cover your expenses is now $114.58. Essentially, every time you increase your overhead cost, you will have to calculate your new hourly rate to cover the extra cost of your business. Now that we know our break-even hourly rate, we have to add profit for our business. A healthy gross profit margin for a plumbing business is between 20 and 30%. Let's assume that your desired gross profit margin is 20%. In our example, solo plumber business, you will divide your break-even hourly rate of 93.75 by 0.80 and get $117.18. This is the hourly rate that you need to charge your customer. This rate covers your labor and your overhead and brings you a 20% gross profit margin. Remember, we are not talking about the materials yet. In our one extra technician and one CSR business example, the technician and you will have to be charging 114.58 divided by 0.80 or $143.22 per hour. If you would like to have a 30% gross profit margin, you will divide your break-even hourly rate by 0.70. Next, we have to account for materials, inefficiency, and waste. You and your technicians will not be able to always accurately calculate your material cost for the job. Let's assume that your business is 85% efficient. This means that for every $100 spent on materials, you will be losing $15. To compensate for the material inefficiency and waste, you have to increase your material price when billing the customer. To account for those inefficiencies in our example, we will divide 100 by 0.85 and charge our customer $117. Now that you know your billing rate per hour and how to account for material inefficiencies, you can provide your customer with a fixed cost when writing a quote. The cost for the job will include the number of hours that it takes you to do the job multiplied by your hourly rate, plus the material cost accounted for inefficiency and waste. The more you increase your actual billing hours, and the higher the material efficiency, the more you will save time, reduce waste, save money, and improve the profitability of your business. And there you have it. Pricing plumbing jobs might seem tricky at first, but with the right formula and some careful planning, you'll be able to price your services accurately and confidently. Make sure you're not just covering your costs, but also making a profit. On behalf of the My Shoe Covers team, thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more plumbing business tips. And if you have any questions about pricing your jobs or want to share how you price, leave a comment below.